When Discovery asked me to do the forecast and watch the weather for the Wallenda walk across the canyon, I thought, wow, this is incredible. I'm looking at this guy walking over a wire in the middle of the Grand Canyon. It's like, how are you going to focus on your job? So it was challenging. My role was to monitor the weather, let them know what kind of wind gusts we were getting at the bottom of the canyon, on the middle of the wire, on the edges of the wire. So he essentially would have a grid of what he's dealing with. Now the problem is, you get gusty winds, you get thermals that come out of nowhere. You can't see the wind, it just pops up. And those winds gusted about 40 miles per hour, and that caught him off guard.
Lord, help this cable to calm down. Command it in your name, Jesus, with the authority of God. Praise you. Praise you, Jesus.
Unfortunately, I can't just scream out to him and say, hey, Nick, it just gusted to 45. No, he's locked in, he's focused. It was just incredible. I mean, I don't think I breathed for about a half hour after we started. Chicago's going to be completely different than the Grand Canyon. The weather is much more unpredictable, okay? You've got not a hot, dry day with wind that you can't see. First of all, we're at night. He's going to blindfold himself for part of the walk. If you take the weather elements that you can have in Chicago in November, you can have anything. You can have thunder, lightning, rain, fog, wind, tons of wind. It could snow. It's not impossible. It would be rare, but it could snow. What we're going to do weather-wise with this one, we're going to have a weather station on each building. In other words, where his lead wire going across the first walk, and then we'll have a station over there, plus the second building as well. So we'll know what's going on at each end of the wires. We will have another anemometer down below, as well as a thermometer, so we'll be able to tell the temperature and the wind and the direction. So we'll know what the wind is doing at all these different key points. What I won't know, though, is what's going on in between those buildings. And that's the thing about Chicago. You know, you're going to get different winds at different angles, different eddies that develop around those buildings. That'll be entrained in his walk. In other words, he could start on one end and the wind could be one direction. On the other end, it could be at another direction, and it could be even faster. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what Mother Nature is going to throw at him. This guy wants to get from point A to point B.